الغوث الغوث خلصنا من النار يا غوث الغوث خلصنا من النار يا رب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه الشريف. I hope you're all doing well, and let's proceed now with what we had started last time. We are on section number 6 of Dua Jawshan Al-Kabir, and we looked at the first 3 segments of this dua. Today I want to draw your attention to 2 more important things about this segment number 6. One is that you will see a ma'rifah and the consequence of that ma'rifah. So God is pointing out 9 attributes in this section and saying that if you understand these 9 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it will have a reaction in your life. Just like it has a reaction on kul-lu shay, on everything. So let's look carefully at the first 3 that we've tried to understand. Ya man tawada'a kullu shay'in li'azamatihi. يا من استسلم كل شيء لقدرته يا من ذل كل شيء لعظمته. When you look at these 3, you are seeing 3 sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the 3 sifat? Azama, Qudra, Izza. And if anything understands, gets the ma'rifat of these three sifat, what will be the reaction on them? If they understand the azama, the reaction will be tawada'a. There will be a humbleness that comes about. If they understand qudra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ya man istaslama, then there will be a sense of submission when you understand the qudra. And then when you understand the ma'rifah or get the ma'rifah of the izzah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything else will appear in front of us very dhaleel, very little, smaller compared to the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is another feature that is coming up in this segment number 6. Ma'rifah of a name or a sifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the reaction that ma'rifah is going to have upon us. Now let's look at the next 3 segments of this section number 6. With this, ma'rifah and consequence, understanding and reaction concept that I've just shared with you. So segment number 4, 5, 6. Ya man khadha kullu shayil-li-haybatih. Ya manin-qada kullu shayim min khashaytih. Ya man tashaq-qaqatil-jibalu mim-makhafatih. So you see, 3 things are coming in front of us. The 3 words that are coming are haybatih, hayba of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, makhafa, khawf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, khashya, again, khashya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we understand these 3 things, they will have 3 reactions on us. What are the 3 reactions? Khudu', khadha, in-qada, which means yielding in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the 3rd will be tashaq-qaqatil, to be in a state of trembling, like you're trembling in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know that at the first encounter with these 3 sifat, we think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be someone who we fear. Now this is the problem of translating the 3 words. And if you see the 3 words, when you translate hayba, it's again fear. If you translate makhafa, again khawf, fear. If you translate khashya, again fear. You see, you don't have any other word in the English language to be able to translate these 3 things. But I want to ask you to pause on these three: hayba, khashya, and makhafa. Yeah? And let's try and understand them. Now, if I use these in English, I will say, I fear the government. I fear law. I fear the COVID virus. You see, I use the same words, fear, fear, fear. But the fear of authority is different from the fear of law, is different from the fear of virus. The fear is of a different kind. So when we use hayba, which unfortunately we translate in English most of the time as fear. But hayba comes from being awestruck. Or sometimes, when we say something is so awesome. When we say awesome, what do we mean? We mean that, wow, it is so grand that I'm struck by it. It's awesome. So hayba really means awe. Something that is so awesome. Something that you admire, something that you respect, and it's like you go, wow, this is awesome. You could look at the Quran and you could say, wow, this is awesome. You can look at the life of the Prophet and Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam and you can say, wow, these are awesome personalities. And now when you have this hayba towards them, this is hayba. But unfortunately, in English, this hayba is also called fear. What do you feel when you are struck by something that is awesome? In Arabic, that would be hayba. So, ya man khadha kul-lu shayil-li-haybatih. The hayba of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is not the fear, but the feeling of being awestruck when you see how awesome God is. And that is a sense of respect, that is a sense of admiration. So the more I get to know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more I learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I find out how awesome Allah is. And the more my admiration for Allah increases, and the more my respect for Allah increases. So that is hayba. After that, there is a sense of khashya. Yeah? Khashya, again, we will translate as fear. But khashya is again a sense of obedience that comes because of hayba. So now if I admire a teacher so much, or now if I admire a role model so much, if I have hayba for a role model, then the effect of that will be a khashya. I want to obey, I want to practice, I want to emulate, I want to dress like them, I want to talk like them, I want to achieve the things that they have achieved, right? So they become an inspiration for me. So khashya now means I yearn to obey what I feel hayba for. So khashya follows hayba. So for example, if I admire the authority of my country, now I am inspired to obey the law of the country. Or in terms of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I have admiration and respect for my creator, so now I will be inspired to obey my creator. So khashya is to feel an inspiration to obey what I have hayba for, or what I admire. And makhafatih is the third step of this admiration. So hayba, khashya, makhafa. Hayba, admiration. Khashya, emulation. I want to follow who I admire. And makhafa is fear of the consequences if I fall short in my obedience. Now, makhafa is my own fear. Oh my God, what if I cannot achieve what I am inspired to achieve? What if I fail? What if I choose the wrong options? What if I make the wrong decisions and then I'm not able to follow the one I admire? So makhafa comes from the consequences of my own shortcomings. So now you see how the three are stacked up? Hayba, khashya, makhafa. Admiration because something is so awesome. The inspiration to follow that role model. And then the fear that I will fall short in following that role model. That is the understanding of hayba, khashya, makhafa. The three qualities that come one after the other of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this segment 6. So I hope for today we were able to understand these three different words, and inshallah next time when I see you, we will look at what is the result of hayba in my life, what is the result of khashya in my life, what is the result of makhafa in my life, and likulli shay, and upon everything else. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq in these days and nights to ponder about this sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that we can admire Him and love Him and respect Him the way that He deserves to be admired and loved and respected and followed and obeyed. May Allah accept your fasting and your amal in this month, and please take a moment to recite the Surah Fatiha for all the names that appear on the slide. May Allah elevate the status of all our marhumeen and accept from us. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.